Ooh, oh, look at, wow, that dancing is really impressive just now. Wow, this is such a different, oh, it has a very retro. Okay, yo, dude, your Uno cards are upside down. I don't know if he realizes that. That's not how you play. It has like a Maroon 5 type of like Adam Levine, like high voice type of feeling. What do I prefer? Darker Magnolia 2 or this more like brighter 2? I'm not sure. Ooh! I really love this portion of the dance. It's really cool. I really enjoyed that part. This is such a happy, vibrant song. I really, really am enjoying it. Oh, here we go. The fireworks? Oh. Oh, what? Oh no, they're fighting. Don't wow. What in the world happened? What happened? 안녕하세요 여러분, Tony입니다. Hello everyone, it's Tony. So, the boys of 10 Oriented Orchestra, or 2, are back with their second mini album titled Running TOOgether. So, a little cute pun, play on words for them. And their album cover is soccer, and it's them playing soccer. And I don't know how I feel about that. Their comeback title track is titled Count 1 2 or Hana, Sego. It seems like a very summertime vibe. Like from the thumbnail, it's basically them lighting up fireworks. So anything like that obviously reminds you of summer, obviously like sets you up for the summer tone. So I'm expecting like a brighter, more vibrant song. And if you didn't check it already, we have reacted to Magnolia, which was their previous title track from their previous album, and it's definitely probably a different vibe I'm gonna get from this coming comeback, because that song kind of had like a more like older retro, like more ominous at least tone, and it almost sounded like Top's Doom Dada Doom. I think it's Doom. I can't remember the exact name, but Top's like that because it was like da 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 da, like it had that type of like Middle Eastern saxophone type of vibe. So it's cool that how they incorporated different like aspects of a music into their own song. So I'm definitely interested to hear how they went about composing this song, because I'm expecting quite cool things from this group, because I was really quite impressed last time. And without further ado, guys, let's simply get into it. Jimmy, ready? She check. Okay, so definitely off the bat, you know it's like a bit more brighter. Even we have like this retro filter on top of everything. A lot of K-pop groups are going for like this retro feel right now. Oh, that's interesting. That's a nice like little breakup. They put the rapper in right very early. They're going for a very youthful, jovial vibe. Ooh, oh, look at, wow, that dancing is really impressive just now. Wow, this is such a different, oh, it has a very retro, like, it has such a retro vibe. Okay, yo, dude, your Uno cards are upside down. I don't know if he realizes that. That's not how you play. But this part right here, that little portion, this little portion reminds me very much of like, it has like a Maroon 5 type of like Adam Levine, like high voice type of feeling, but at the same time the beat makes it very retro, and it's very distinct at the same time because of this high voice. Whoever is saying it, I think multiple people from the group are singing at the same time, so really cool on them, and it definitely shows their diversity in their like music abilities and how they're able to sing and do different styles of also dance and then but also music. I don't know which one what do I prefer? The darker Magnolia 2 or this more like brighter 2? I'm not sure. Oh wait. Okay. Ooh, Vetma. Okay, that's designer.
Okay, let's go.
Yo, the rap in this part really fits, and it kind of feels like, oh, that's nice. The second half of the song is really nice. So definitely the rappers in this song, like that little portion right there so far is really my favorite part. I think they're having their rapping transitions the song so cleanly into the second verse and the second portion of the song. It breaks up everything, but it has this feeling of kind of like the real like retro style when everybody was kind of like doing kind of like that type of like playful fun rap in their videos, and it really does give you reminiscence of that, but at the same time it adds a lot of like texture and just more like depth to the song. Their voice is really nice. Like so far the rappers are really killing it. I've really enjoyed so far their parts. Ooh. I really love this portion of the dance. It's really cool. This chorus is like, it has so many instruments, and it has the instruments that you can hear throughout the verses that are like not together. They attach everything there. Even the dance is like fun and vibrant and kind of like retro feeling, like how it's like kind of older style of dance. It's a very bright and happy song. Oh, here we go. The fireworks? Oh. Oh, what? Oh no, they're fighting. Don't wow. What in the world happened? I feel like I'm watching a complete, like, different video. What happened? This is definitely like in that, like the moment of the film where like everybody's like something really bad happened, you're like, their person's self-reflecting on better times. Oh, I really enjoyed that part, like that little like where everything cut out and they just talk. Really nice. That was a really cool, like how they broke everything up. This is such a happy, vibrant song. I really am enjoying it. I think right now, like so far, this version of 2, the brighter version of 2, really favorite over Magnolia right now. But I think that has to do with the fact that maybe it's also it's really cute, these little like bloopers almost, like this end credits. It actually like kind of gives you the vibe of like a reality TV show, kind of like almost on the edge of Friends or something, how they stylized it and how they set everything up, kind of like, you know, like all the boys together, kind of like that. Like this really reminds me of like a style of like a retro type of like TV show. Okay, so guys, that was 10 Oriented Orchestra or 2's new comeback title track titled Count 1 2. Really impressed. Honestly, at the beginning I was like, okay, it's nice little retro-esque vibe, and then it got really into this like Adam Levine-esque type of really high notes, and then a lot of just like music instrument layering and then unlayering and then just removing everything and then adding everything back in for the chorus. It's so dynamic, it's so fun to listen to, and it's very retro-esque feeling, but at the same time it's also very modern in its take, in its approach, because a lot of these beats you wouldn't hear them combined the way that they are in modern day, and in retro times maybe you wouldn't have had this many instruments layered on top of one another, but it still has provokes this like feeling of old school time, and that's kind of like very prevalently shown and reinforced in the video with how the video is like shot, the style of clothing, the style of backdrop, the style of everything. Even as I mentioned, just how the guys like are on the sofa and everybody else is like doing an instrument. When you pan out, you kind of make it feel almost like it's like one of those like Friends episode or something where everybody's just having a good time. It's like a TV series almost. It definitely does give you vibes of the past, but at the same time it's very modern because, like, for instance, when we have that little portion of the end, everything is leading up, it's all happy bright, cut right off, just cuts entirely, and then you have no talking, and then you just have like the rappers come in and they're just kind of like, hey, what's up, and then it's like dun-dun, and like it comes back into the happy brighter times. But that section of the song really kind of like makes you think about stuff, really makes you wonder what's happening. It really catches you off your guard. Usually a surprise like that isn't really expected in a song like this because it's so happy and bright, but then it has like this ominous portion, so that really caught me off guard, and I think it's really, really nice what they did. They really caught me off guard with that, and even this entire song really kept on surprising me. There were little tidbits, little pieces of voices that you wouldn't hear in the beginning that you could hear later on, that really kind of like brought everything together and really accentuated and really livened up the song as you went throughout it. And as I mentioned before, I think that the rappers portions in this song really, really my favorite part so far, because they kind of just bring in something, a different type of energy, a different type of beat, a different type of swagger to the song that I think kind of like breaks up the entire like happy vibes, that whole like bright and cheerful, and yet they still have this bright and cheerful energy also. It brings in more of kind of like a swaggy side to the whole song in comparison to everybody else, and they just have a deeper tone compared to the other singer. They do have very good like flow of the song, I think, and having them one back to another, it kind of makes it very fun. Almost feels like one of those like rap battles that you would have back in the day. So it was really cool to hear that. Overall, I really enjoy this song. It's definitely a summertime song, and definitely I think that right now for me too, that this version, this new Running TOOgether version, really beats out the Magnolia version. I think the Magnolia version was great. It really showed off their abilities and their singing, but it felt very at points kind of very copycat-ish, like maybe cookie cutter is probably a better word, from like what we were hearing in the past. And I think this really stands out for everything else because nobody is really doing this style of song. Maybe like it's a little bit like of a symphony kind of type of music in the chorus where everything is piled onto one another, but then at the same time come into the verses, they'll have maybe one instrument go on top of the overlying tone, but then they'll remove that instrument for the second part of the verse where they have another instrument, but then all of these instruments come back together in the chorus. So I really think that this is something really special, really unique, and I'm very much looking forward to this group's next comeback because so far we've had two different looks from them. I'm curious to see what they bring with us next, if they're going to do another concept, if we're going to return to an old concept, or if maybe they're going to stay with this concept. It's all up in the air, but definitely stay tuned because I will be following this group. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Thank you so much for watching. Kamsahamnida. And as always, if you have any comments, questions, or simply want to talk, feel free to leave it in the comment section below, and I'll get to it as soon as possible. And with that being said, guys, 안녕히 계세요. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next video.